Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to discuss about steps of meditation. It is very common to find some meditation practices online or in the public domain, but what is the systematic approach that we need to take in order to reach the state of non-duality or samadhi is rarely found. You can find bits, the part of journey here and there, but rarely the entire journey is systematically discussed. So this is the point of this video. We are going to cover a bird's eye view of the entire journey. Let's get started. So this is the my board, and today we are going to discuss about this specific technique called as a do, see, and be technique. This is the modification, slight modification done upon existing thing called as a do be technique, which was suggested to me by Forrest Connection, who is like another YouTube uh, video maker. So this particular technique, do, see, and be, summarizes the entire steps that need to be taken. So do is the actual practices that we need to do. And because of those practices, there are certain effects that emerges inside our body. And we need to like see or observe those things. And because of the observation, we'll find ourselves in a state of non-duality, and that leads us to like be state, which is the final the goal of the yoga or meditation, the complete union. So the first step, let's go through these three individual parts one by one. The first step is like do. Inside do, the first thing that is recommended is asanas. So what are the asanas? Asanas are like the, you can call it like the physical component actually. So it's involve your physical body. It's involves something like uh, exercises or stretching. The whole purpose of asanas is to like open pranic channels. By pranic channels, I mean the energy channel in the body. And then another purpose is to build energy reservoir. So in order to beside, it not just opens the energy channel, energy pathway inside the body, but also ensure that you have ample supply of energy sitting there inside your body so that this energy can travel through this uh, pranic channel, either existing pranic channel, or it can recreate the new. It have capability to recreate the new channels. So this is the purpose, overall purpose of the asanas. And the what are the recommended practices in this step? You can have something called like light jogging, or even Surya Namaskar can do. There are just a lot of thing in asanas you can do, but I'm not going in detail in individual step at this point. Our purpose here is to understand the overall pictures that is involved in doing good or effective meditation. So the first step is done. Asanas are done. You have opened the energy channels in the body. You have now created enough energy inside your body. Now the next comes the pranayama. You have the energy now. Now you want to get a conscious control over it. So this is the what the pranayama means. So pranayama means control over prana, the energy that was created. You need to ensure that this is under your control, the conscious control. So if you see, the way to do pranayama is through the breath. So prana is energy, but it is very connected with our breath. If energy channel in our body is imbalanced, you will see its effect on the breath. Breath will also be inconsistent. But if your energy channel are very stabilized, you see the breath will also get stabilized. So the this is interconnected. So the purpose is to stabilize the prana, get the conscious control over it. We'll do it through the breath itself. So for breath, I mean, like the purpose overall is to get the conscious control over energy structure or pranic structure. And the practices that is recommended, you can do Ujjayi Pranayama or Nadi Shodhana or Anulom Vilom. Again, there are a lot of practices. We are just trying to stick with the basics. So you created the energy, you get the conscious control over the energy. What next? Yeah, let me add one thing more. Pranayama also calms the body down. So it helps us to transition our body from like sympathetic nervous system to parasympathetic nervous system. So sympathetic nervous system is commonly active when we are very active throughout the day, and parasympathetic nervous system get activated when we are very relaxed. So this calms down our body as well. Pranayama does that. So normally when we think in the day, it's the chattering from the conscious mind. But when we get very relaxed, for example, when we are in dreamy states, then the chattering starts happening from unconscious mind. So pranayama helps you to do that transition from the conscious mind. It helps you to get shifted slightly into the unconscious mind. Now we have some practice called as a dharana. So in dharana, in order to effectively utilize dharana, you have to utilize mantra by placing it upon either one point or like set of points you can also place. So the objective of utilizing mantra here is that there are mental noises in our mind. This is coming from noise, I mean like thoughts, the constant chattering of the mind. We know that this proverb like cuts a like. So in order to cut through the mental noise, we have to utilize something uh, which is the which is the same thing. I mean, like if you want to remove the mental noise, cluttering of the mental noise, we have to utilize the word itself. So word will cut the word. Remember that. So some of the mantras you can utilize is like Om or Om Namah Shivaya, like those kind of things can be utilized. So let's see the something that what we discussed till now to get the picture right. So we discussed till now the do phase of the meditation. Under do phase, we have like three aspects. One is asanas, pranayama, and then we discuss the dharana. This is the set of the practices that we need to do. If you do these steps effectively, then what will happen? A interiorization will start to happen. Interiorization means you would not like to speak anymore. You would not like to think anymore. You would like to just stay very relaxed in your internal aspect of your mind. Breathe may start pausing. You may start observing certain sensation. So let me write it down. So desire not to do practice. This may start happen like because you are really starting to enjoy the fruits of your meditation. So desire not to do meditation might come. You may start seeing certain sensation that starts to appear. You may feel that body starts to get frozen up, freezed up, that kind of thing. Overall, there is a shift in a transition, and since you are internalize yourself now, you the idea is now to not to drop the practices right now and then observe or like see. So we are entering into the B phase or like ABC phase that we discussed, like do, see, and then B. In the C phase, what you have to do first, drop the practice. Whatever you are doing right now, pause it and see the result. You are seeing certain sensation appearing. Observe that sensation. By see, I mean observe, and by observation, we mean actually feel, see or hear, right? So observe the sensation. Maybe you will still have some breath in your body, right? Breath might start pausing, but it may regain its self and although very subtle, you can still observe the breath. So observe the breath, observe the sensation, and observe the freeze response that is there. The whole idea in the C phase of meditation is you just need to be a passive observer. Okay, so if you have come so far, you'll see that let's say this is you, and this is the sensation one, and this is the sensation two that you are feeling. This is the breath that you are feeling, and maybe this is the freeze response that you are feeling. You may look at the sensation one for some time, sensation two for some time, and maybe breathe for some time. What will happen? There will be prominent sensation which will be more stronger than any other sensation, and it might overpower yourself. You'll feel yourself lost in that particular sensation. So everything would start appearing for you. There would remain just one sensation, which is very strong. It may happen in Ajna Chakra, that is like near the third eye. And what that sensation will do is that it will overpower you. So there would be this duality of observer and object being observed would cease to exist, and you would appear to be same as the object of observation. So this is kind of like really difficult to understand first, but if you do this thing, you'll realize that you'll feel that you are no longer here or you are everywhere. I mean, there this duality of two object would be separated, and you will find yourself just yourself existing at this point. So this particular thing aligns with our like last stage called as a B. So B is the final stage. There is no object of observation. You are just by yourself, and here you have to just ensure few things like you have to sit very still. You have to ensure that you don't move much. Just be there and just really try to absorb whatever the feeling or experiences that you are getting. I mean, this is the state of non-duality. So so you just need to ensure that you don't move much. You don't move much in terms of like physical body, and neither at the level of your awareness. You just stick with that particular thing. You need to, we have already dropped all our practices during the C phase, but we were still observing different things here. But here, whatever one thing that overpowered your awareness, you have to just stick with that. So let's now see the overall picture again. So we started with this particular thing, do, see, and be. Under do, we see that we have like three things we need to do: asanas, pranayama, dharana. And as a result of that, there will be a interization that happen. And then we see that when this interization starts to happen, really, we have to drop our practice and just become a passive observer at that particular time. We can watch our breath, which watching the breath here is different from pranayama. In pranayama, overall objective is to stretch the breath, get the conscious control over it. But here we are not trying to get the conscious control over it. We are just trying to watch as it exists. So here we are like observer at this particular point. And then out of this observation, we'll get so much engrossed in this sensation that we'll start losing our own identity, and we'll just become what is coming in front of us. So if you spend enough time here, where like there is a no dimension, no form, no object, and no light, no color, anything, you will truly feel without identity. So how is this going to help you in your personal life? At this point, you dissolve yourself. You completely empathize yourself. Now, when you return at from us after spending some time at this a space here, you'll start. everything and see everything in your life in a like new light. The calmness that you get from this space will help you feel very rejuvenated. You will start see things in new perspective in your daily day-to-day life. So I think this particular systematic approach of do, see, and be would be very useful in your meditation journey. Let me know if you like it. Please drop comment so that I can be aware uh, and answer your queries also. So this summarizes the steps that I feel are vital in the meditation. Okay, then we'll see. I'll see you in the next video. We'll come up with a more detailed practices also. So till then, bye bye.